Hello everyone, it's week 2, lesson 2 of maths, and today we are adding lengths and we'll be converting and adding measurements. Our learning objectives will be to add lengths in different units of measurement and to convert measurements into the same unit of length. So I want you to pause your video now, put your date at the top of your book and then write adding lengths as your learning objective. That's adding lengths. Good. Then unpause the video when you've done that, because we're moving on in 3, 2, 1. Now let's have a look at the daily starter. We've got 4 questions as always. Try your best with these. So pause the video now and unpause when you're ready to check your answers. We will do that in 3, 2, 1, let's have a look. Okay, let's see how many you got right. If you got them all right, well done. If you didn't, don't worry. If you got 1 or 2 or 3, that's good. We're just waking our maths brains up. So let's move on with the lesson now. So we're going to recap. Yesterday, we were comparing lengths, weren't we? We were saying which ones were longer, which ones were shorter, which ones were equivalent or the same as, weren't we? So let's complete these sentences. Rosie is than Jack. Jack is than Dora. Amir is than Rosie. And Dora is than Amir. Let's have a look at Rosie and Jack. Rosie is 109 centimetres tall. Okay? And Jack is 135 centimetres tall. Well, we can clearly see from that there are more centimetres with Jack there, so Jack must be taller. So Rosie is shorter than Jack. Do you remember the sign for shorter than? If you do, maybe you could put that in there instead. Jack is than Dora. Well, Dora, it says, is 1 metre and 45 millimetres. So 1 metre is 100 centimetres, but 45 millimetres. Well, that's 4.5 centimetres. So Jack is going to be taller, isn't he? So Jack is taller than Dora. Amir and Rosie then. Amir is 1 metre and 5, so that's 105 centimetres. And Rosie is 109. So Amir is shorter than Rosie. And then Dora is, again, 1 metre 45 millimetres, and Amir is 1 metre and 5. Well, that's a close one, isn't it? Because we know that 5 centimetres is the same as 50 millimetres, but 45 is less than 50. So we know that Amir is taller. So Dora, again, is shorter than Amir. Right, hope you got those. Let's have a look at the work we're going to do today. We're going to be doing some adding of lengths. So we're going to need column addition with a ruler to put those equal signs on your page as well to work out our problems. It says Ron builds a tower that is 14 centimetres tall. There. Jack builds a tower that is 27 centimetres tall, which is that much. Okay? Ron puts his tower on top of Jack's tower. So how tall is the tower altogether now? We're going to have to work that out. And we can only do that by doing our column addition. And look, I've got here the 10s and the 1s so that we remember our place value and don't put the numbers in the wrong columns. Because if we do that, then we're going to get it wrong. And we don't want to do that, do we? We want to get it right. Okay, so let's have a look at what we can do. We've got 4 add 7. Can you do that? Yep, I heard someone say 11. And there we go. In fact, I've moved it onto the answer. Look at that. Okay, so we've got 11. Then we put our 1 of the ones there, and we move our 10 from 11 over to the next column. So that's something that we're going to have to do today. Okay, if, for example, you've got 4 add 7 and it equals 11, we're going to put that 1 of the 11 in the ones column, and the 1 of the tens we're going to move on to the tens column because we'll have to add it on here. So we have 1 add 2, which we know equals 3, but we had an extra 10 here from this answer, so it's 4, and that gives us 41 centimetres. The tower is 41 centimetres tall. I'm going to let you have a go now. See if you can do your best, and then we'll go through the answers afterwards. So, if you want to try the green questions, pause the video now and unpause when you're ready to check the answers. Remember that you might need to convert some of the measurements too. So, if you find it, like for example, let's look at this first one. It says 210 centimetres, 120 centimetres, 1 metre 45. Maybe it would be best here if we just worked in centimetres. So we would have to convert the 1 metre 45 into centimetres first. What would that be? 145. Yep, you got it. Okay, off you go. So if you want to try and do these green questions, pause the video now and unpause when you're ready to continue. As we will in 3, 2, 1 now. If you want to try the yellow questions, pause the video now and then unpause when you're ready to check the answers. 3, 2, 1. And here are the red questions. There are 4 of those as well. So pause the video if you want to try the red questions and then unpause when you're ready to check the answers. And we'll do that in 3, 2, 1. Now, let's have a look. Okay, you might need to rewind between your set of questions, be it the green, the yellow or the red, and these answers, just to remind you of what the questions were. But hopefully your answers will be similar, if not the same, in your books. So take a moment now just to pause and check your answers. And then we'll continue with some reasoning. In 3, 2, 1. Now. Okay, let's work together for our first reasoning question. Look, we've got another column here from last time. We've got the hundreds column. So we've got hundreds, tens, and ones. Let's look at what we have to do. Eva and her brother Jack measured the height of their family. Here are the different heights. They look a little crazy, don't they? Eva thinks their total height is 4 metres and 55 centimetres. Jack thinks their total height is 5 metres and 89 centimetres. Who is correct? Prove it. Okay, let's prove it. So I've taken the first 2 here and I'm going to add them up in sections, okay, as I've done there. So I've got 134 centimetres. I'll put it there. And I've got 1 metre and 60, which I know is the same as 160 centimetres. So I put that there. Okay? So we know that there's 100 centimetres in 1 metre. So I add those together. 4 add 0, 4. 3 add 6 is 9. 1 add 1 is 2. That's okay, isn't it? Now I need to add the other 2. We've got 1 metre 85 and 1 metre 10. So we know that that's the same as 185 centimetres. There. And that is the same as 110 centimetres. There. So 5 add 0 is 5, 8 add 1 is 9, 1 add 1 is 2. Great! Now let's have a check. We need to add these together and then we'll find out the height of everyone put together. What do? I'll add them together. So we've got 4 add 5 is 9, 9 add 9. Now look, that goes over 10 again, doesn't it? 9 add 9. We can even do this on our rulers to help us. We've got 9. And if you count 9 along, you'll land up on 18. So that 8 of the 18, we're going to put in this column here. And then we're going to carry our 1 over for the tens into the next column. Okay, so 2 add 2 is 4, add that extra 1 is 5. And we know that 589 centimetres is the same as 5 metres and 89 centimetres. And that's exactly what Jack said, wasn't it? So Jack, well done, you are correct. Let's move on. Okay, here are the 2 green reasoning questions. Pause now if you want to try those. Unpause when you're ready to check the answers. In 3, 2, 1. Here are the 2 yellow questions. Pause now if you want to check those. Unpause when you're ready. 3, 2, 1. And here are the red questions. There are 2 of those as well. So, pause the video now if you want to check them. Unpause when you're ready to check your answers. And we'll do that in 3, 2, 1, now. Here are the answers. Okay, pause the video now. You might need to go back to have a look at the questions just to check. But yeah, now's the time to pause, rewind, do what you need to do, and then unpause when you're ready for the problem solving, which we'll move on to in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, let's try this together. It says, which 2 ribbons can add together to give a length between 2 meters 20 and 2 meters 40? So this is trial and error, this one. We're going to keep adding different ones together. So first of all, I tried the pink and the white at the top, and it turned out that it was 225 centimetres, which is the same as 2 meters 25, which is between these numbers. So I got the answer immediately. That was lucky. Now, it might not be so easy with some of the next questions, but let's have a look and give them a try. Yeah, it was white and pink. Okay, the green question is here. Pause if you want to try that. And then unpause when you're ready to check your answer. 3, 2, 1. Here is the yellow question for problem solving. Pause now. Unpause when you're ready, because we'll move on in 3, 2, 1. And the red problem solving question. Pause now if you want to try that, and then unpause when you're ready, and we'll have a look at the answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here's what you should have got. Of course, you can go back and check with your answers what was on the screen before. Check with this, take a moment to pause, have a look carefully, and then we'll move on to the final slide in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so what have we learned today? We have converted measurements to the same unit so that we can add them together and find out the total. Yeah. Here's one that I'm going to leave you with then. It's a slight problem solving one. So if you want to give that a go in your books, that would be great. And good luck. And remember to tune back in tomorrow for our 3rd maths lesson of the week. Well done, everybody. See you tomorrow for more maths.